Hey, sports bettors, how's it going? Matt here with OddsJam, coming to you with some last minute NFL player props and regular lines, actually. Normally, my last minute bets are just player props, but for tonight, I have one player prop and one mainline bet last minute to lock in for Thursday night football tonight. So, this first one you see on the screen here, this Cade Otton one, I actually locked in on a video earlier this morning. For my three player props I did first thing when I woke up this morning. This Cade Otton longest reception under 15.5 was one of my picks for this morning. It's still available and it's still positive expected value. So I'm definitely recommending, if you missed that video this morning, that you should lock in this one. You should lock it in now, I should say. We're looking at Cade Otton under 15.5 longest reception, not receiving yards, longest reception. That's an important clarifying comment to make. So the way that the math works behind this one, Caesars is offering it at plus 106. The no-vig odds that OddsJam is giving to you prices this at about plus 104. So the gap between these two numbers is where you get your positive expected value from. Any time in which you can beat the no-vig odds, regardless of it's a player prop or a game prop, whatever, you're going to be profitable in the long run. The way it works is OddsJam back-tested just a bunch of betting opportunities, thousands of betting opportunities, back-tested them, used that information to determine what sportsbooks are the best at pricing odds, removed the VIG from all of those sharp sportsbooks using a weighted average, so obviously giving heavier weight to the sharper sportsbooks, and then spit out this number here. Lots of data, a huge formula to give you this number, but it's incredibly important that it's accurate. And the cool thing is that the formula that OddsJam uses is always evolving. It's just like not one static formula. So if one sportsbook over time becomes more or less sharp, the formula will reflect that. And these no-vig odds, these numbers here, will reflect that as well. So Cade Otton under 15.5 longest reception, plus 106 on Caesars. The other books, if you look at where they price it, so Pinnacle has it at minus 105. DraftKings has it roughly for even money, minus 115 each way. And FanDuel actually favors the under at this number, which is kind of interesting. And Caesars is giving it to you at plus 106. So Cade Otton is a rookie tight end for the Buccaneers. If you're not familiar with who he is, he hasn't played a ton, but with the injury to Cameron Brate, he's been getting more playing time. But the Bucs offense, they haven't been going deep a ton this year. And when they do, they've been using Godwin. They've been using, for one game, Julio Jones, but not actually. Russell Gage, who's actually out for this game. And then, of course, Mike Evans, who had that horrible drop last week, but is still a good, deep target. Cade Otton is more of like a shallow target kind of guy. When Brady's under pressure and he needs a tight end to dump it off to, if they need, 5 yards on 3rd and 3, they'll go to someone like him, but he's not a field stretcher, and he's not someone like a Travis Kelce, like a Mark Andrews, who's going to get these long bomb plays. So him going under 15.5 longest reception makes a lot of sense to me. I like this play for handicapping. I like it because it's mathematically profitable. So I recommend tailing this one. Like I said, I already locked it in, as you can see by this check mark here, but I do think that it's a really, really good price. And then the next one that I wanted to lock in here was actually the total going over. So I'm going to lock this in for about a unit. I'm going to put just under a unit on it, but for those of you at home, for all intents and purposes, you can roughly put 1 unit on this one. I like this total going over. It's a great play. So number one, we'll talk about the math. Slight EV play here with the no-vig line pricing this at minus 110.22. Ballybet, which is where I got it, offers it at minus 110. Ravens, Bucs over 45.5. So for totals and spreads and big numbers and stuff, what is important to do is if you, so when you click into a play, it pulls up odds. And then if you open the event page in a new tab, it pulls up where every sportsbook is pricing a play. So we got the over at 45.5, right? At minus 110 odds. Look where all of the other sportsbooks price it. MGM, WinBet, BetRivers, Circa price this at 46, which is a half point higher. And then we have Betfred, PointsBet, FanDuel, Caesars, DraftKings, BetOnline, and Bookmaker. And these two are very important because these are two very sharp sportsbooks. Definitely have a heavy weight towards the EV formula. FoxBet and Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they all price this a point higher at 46.5. which might not seem like a ton, but trust me, if this total lands at exactly 46, this bet will push, this bet will lose, but the one book that is offering the main line at 45.5 on Ballybet, this will hit. The Ravens win 27-21, or excuse me, 25-21, which is not the most common score in the world, but something to equal exactly 46, you will feel like a genius. And then for football reasons, for handicapping, I like the over. The Bucs offense has been terrible, but the Ravens defense hasn't been that great. They're below average against the run. They haven't been good against the pass either. So maybe the Bucs can get it going. The Panthers defense, for as bad as the Panthers had been as a whole, their defense had actually been pretty good all year. Obviously, the Bucs only scoring 3 points is incredibly disappointing. But if there is a chance for them to get it together, I think it could happen against the Ravens, especially at home on a Thursday night. And then on the other side of the ball, the Bucs' top 2 cornerbacks, Sean Murphy-Bunting and Carlton Davis, are both out. Their top safety, Antoine Winfield Jr., he's out. All in all, 4 of their top 6 secondary members are out tonight. So I think that the Ravens are going to be able to move the ball. I think they're going to be able to move the ball a ton. I think a lot of points are likely to be scored in this game tonight. So I love it. I think it makes total sense, this game going over 45.5. So I locked it in. It's worth a 1-unit play, as I mentioned. And that's it for my 2 last-minute bets to lock in for Thursday night football tonight. Let me know if you're tailing. Comment on the video with all your feedback. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.